I'm going to introduce someone who you are desperately waiting for to see, someone who has a great sort of, you can say, experience about the pageant industry, someone who has seen the craft from so close that he has mentored so many girls and he has come up with a lot of victories for India. Without further delay, let me introduce you to our guest for tonight. He is none other than Melvyn Noronha. Hi Melvyn, how are you?
I am good. How are you doing, Abhishek?
I'm absolutely fine waiting for you. We just had finished our conversation with Supriya Amin. She was here and she was sharing her first-hand experience with Miss International pageant. But whom better to discuss with someone who has been in the circuit for a decade now, and someone I can proudly say that has given us so many victories at different platforms, be it United Continents, Miss Universe Top 5, Miss Intercontinental, Miss International, Miss Earth. I mean, the list is on and on and on, and I can't finish that live for itself. Thank you so much, Melvyn. First of all, I welcome you to be here with us. For our viewers, I would like to tell that Melvyn is a leading fashion designer and the man behind India's victory at the national costume segment. He's a pageant mentor, he's an artist, he is an engineer by profession, and so much to talk about you. I'm so happy that you are here with us, Melvyn. Melvyn, let us start a conversation regarding for what we all are here. Why India is not able to get what it deserves at Miss International, and what is your first-hand analysis about India at Miss Internationals, and if we can put it that right way, India's downfall at Miss International.
Well, to tell you the truth, pageants as a whole are looking for women that are complete and who believe in themselves. That's the reason why the whole world talks about pageantry being a platform where people are their best selves. Now, when we consider all of that, we have to also consider what kind of beauty is each competition looking for.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
very strongly believe that international looks for a very different kind of beauty.
Yes.
They're looking for girls who are positive, they're looking for girls who have the morals, they're looking for girls who have courtesy. At the
Yeah.
same time, they're looking for girls who are strongly independent, they have positivity with them, and they're also looking for girls who have a mission of being able to unite the world by mutual understanding. So
Yes.
it is only qualities when they shine in a girl will a girl be able to perform well in these contests. And it's basically that little aura that when a woman walks through, you just
Yeah.
know she walks aura of kindness and aura to be able to respect everybody. And at the
Yeah.
same time, she has a very strong confidence of knowing who she is.
Yes.
Sadly, a lot of girls have not been able to go there like that because most of them have been really thinking about, am I looking beautiful enough? Am I,
Yeah.
fitting the beauty pageant image there for maybe Miss Universe or Miss Earth or even Miss World? But, I need all girls to know that it's not about being fake. It's
Yeah.
about finding a version of yourself, and
Yeah.
it's about applying it in your own homes, with your own families, at the same time
Yes.
applying it to everyone around you. Because one of
Yeah.
the main things that has to be understood is that in the 60-year pageant history of Miss International, at
Yes.
least 80% of the time they've had it in Japan.
Yeah.
And Japan is a country of extreme culture. It's one that really respects every other human being right up to the level of their soul. And I think India has an advantage because when we say the namaste, it's not as shallow as a hello or a hi. It is a very in depth uh, greeting where you actually greet somebody else's soul.
Yeah.
And with that energy, if our girls went and represented, we would have always got a placement. But sadly, in the 60-year history, we have only 18 placements in Miss International. And I think
But
that is the
Yes, my next question to you after your exact point, I want to make that we have placed 18 times, as you have said, but the last time we placed was Rochelle Maria Rao in 2012. And Femina Miss India has been, dealing this franchise till 2014. But we've always seen that the kind of attention has been given to Miss International as a franchise by Miss India camp has never been a priority. We've had Miss Asia, Miss India Universe, Miss India World, and Miss India Asia Pacific, but never had Miss India International as a title holder of top three going for this pageant. It was always picked up later, or someone has always been nominated by the organization. It only happened for 3 years when 2010 Miss Universe part ways from Times of India group, and we have had Neha Hinge and Ankita Shori, and then the third year Rochelle Maria Rao as a proper title holder of Miss India. Do you think that Miss India organization has not taken the pageant much seriously, or it was never a priority for them? And why is it that even after getting so much of attention, be it Arna Pinto, the first India girl to place in the first edition itself, first runner up, Nafisa Ali, a famous actress, and so many other to name, Dia Abraham, Shweta Vijay so many, and of course Shonali Nagrani, first runner up, so many first runner up and second runner ups for India, but never a victory. Do you think it has to do with the organization also, the kind of treatment they have given to the franchise in those years?
See, an organization definitely plays a strong role. And in today's pageants, it's not just about a girl itself, but it's about the entire organization. But I think it would be very unfair to say that India has not given their best or not given enough attention to the Miss International brand. But what I know for sure is that Miss India always puts its best foot forward in order to send any delegate. The girls get more than a lot of other delegates. But I think where the difference or the problem has been is, I think, the direction in which the girls have fought international aid as a pageant.
Yes.
And point about not giving the importance of sashing the Miss India as Miss India International on stage, it really goes down to just say that the organization never really asked for it. When Miss Universe or Miss World asked for a separate pageant, Miss India organization do that. When any organization asks for the girl to be sashed in a particular way, Miss India organization did sash the girl. So if we did have separate ceremonies for Sushri, for Lopamudra, when they were even going to Miss United Continents, we did give them the priority. And sashing with the title is a very small thing to blame an organization that would be the reason why we have placed. The real reason is about how the girl is going there, with what attitude she is going there, and how she is taking the pageant, in what light is she seeing the pageant, and what she thinks they want. And I think that has never been very clear towards the girls, because they've never really had the opportunity to understand firsthand what the organization wants. Considering that Miss International is a non-profit organization.
Yes.
And it is an organization that very genuinely focuses on the girls being polite, respectful individuals, and having the power to be able to get a lot of girls together and have a friendly atmosphere around them. That is the quality that the girl really needs in order to place. And whenever we sent a girl like that, they've always got the placement. And interacting with organizers in Miss International, they have actually said that if Srinidhi was sent to Miss International, she would have won. That's the kind of looking for. And if you see Srinidhi's personality, it's very similar to Divya that placed as first runner-up.
Yes.
And these are the girls they're looking for. And they're not really looking, and even if you see a Miss Venezuela or a Miss Philippines in that case, it's not the same kind of girl that goes for a Miss Universe from Venezuela or Miss Universe. So these are the kind of differences that everyone needs to note, that beauty is very subjective. And depending on which pageant you're sending a girl to, a girl needs to be prepared. And I think the worst performances have been previous decade where we have had only placements. And in fact,
Yes.
our lowest placements in the entire, look at every previous decade, we've had higher kids. And we've had the lowest placements. And although we've had only two placements, both the placements have come
Yes.
from Femna within the organization. So we
Of
were
course.
hitting, and then it went to another organization. And now I think it just boils down to this, that you need the right type of mentor in order to train the girls. Because it's not sufficient for you to look at it as a package and say that this is pageantry and this is how a pageant girl needs to be. You need to be very smart to pick the girl to go to the right place.
Absolutely, man. And I think, yes, I need to add on to what you were saying, that absolutely it's not just about, certain criteria, but absolutely about finding a right girl at the right place at the right time. And I think that kind of mistake we have made several times if we repeat the history. I don't want to mention the names, but I think India is majorly lacking at their perspective to strategize in such a way so that the talent is not wasted and the right person is going to the right direction in order to get the title. Mel, before I further discuss with you this topic, we have many suggestions and comments coming in. I want to flash them one by one so that they can also connect. We have Anand Babu. He's saying good evening. He has joined the chat. We have Kritika. She's saying hi to Supriya. She was earlier there. She was happy to have Supriya here. We have Rajat Datta. Rajat has joined us. He's saying that Supriya was her favorite Miss India along with Shobita Dolipala. Thank you, Rajat, for joining us. We have Miss Sunita Mishra. She's saying, Supriya, you are my favorite. She's a favorite also. And now we have a question, a very good suggestion from Nishant Shashi Kumar. And he's saying that is that coincidental that Miss India never won Miss International, but Miss India has maximum number of Miss World winners, 2 Miss Universes and 2 Miss Supranational. So do you think it's just a coincidence, or there is something beyond not being able to win Miss International yet, even after being called as a powerhouse of pageantry, as far as the kind of talent we have? What do you have to say about it?
I definitely have to say that is Miss International for you. If they do run the national pageant as well of Miss International Japan, in 60 years, Japan has only won it. So it is coincident that India has not won the crown. But we have gone very close. And if you actually see the list, it makes a lot of sense. I don't think they have anything against Indians in particular, but they here. If you send the right girl with the right preparation, she is going to win.
Yes.
They are of the Japan. They are a country that functions on a lot of organization. They are a country that functions on a lot of discipline. And I must say, knowing firsthand, I believe the one singular quality that has made our Indian girls shine at international platforms is the Akra Bhatt, if you see Srinidhi Shetty, Meenakshi Chaudhary, Manushi Tudor, all of them have an immense amount of discipline, which allows them to be the winners in their pageant. And I think the same thing needs to be done for Miss International as well, but it is very different compared to other pageants.
Well, of course, and you rightly put, yes, I need to, count it, because one thing is also very prominent, Mel, which I'm just getting from your conversation right now, that as far as you talked about the kind of strategy which is required, or kind of push from the organization side in order to identify a talent which is as per the standards or as per what international is looking for. If you talk about the current organization who is holding the franchise, they still have the franchise for till 2021, and they will be sending the delegate for next 3 years. Do you think with the kind of experience they have had, are they in position of identifying what Miss International is looking for? And you have also worked with them along. So what is your analysis, and what is your recommendation as someone who has been mentoring the girls, whether we can expect some good talent from the same camp, or what is all required from a new organization who has been doing it from past couple of years now?
So I've not really had the chance to work with anyone other than Supriya Aiman. And with Supriya Aiman, I was also able to do an international costume, which was
Okay.
great was first up in that contest. But looking at the last few years of Guru organization, I look at the girls and I feel an immense amount of pity for those girls because though I believe those were the right girls, they were very much the Miss International type, if I may say so.
Yeah.
However, they were lacking immensely in preparation. And,
Okay.
that is what I believe if the organization can step forward a little bit. And, I'm always willing to offer my services. And even to the extent I can listen and say that
Yes.
uh, my amount of respect for the organization and this international organization, I know for sure that if I was able to train any of these girls, they would definitely place. Now, because they were the right girls, they were very sweet girls. I've had the opportunity to meet so many of them. They're wonderful girls, very polite, very gentle, and they needed to be boosted with a little more confidence and given a little more direction so that they could end up making a. So I think that is where the organization needs to step forward. And as a new organization, I can understand that it's very difficult for them because of the
Yeah.
lack of confidence and different things happening. But if they can actually make that move of being able to get people on board and be able to push that and understand that it's an international organization and give them what they want, that is when the replacements will start happening. Because they have.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. And Melvin, one more thing which I really wanted to add on to what you have said, that is also more about the kind of treatment in general people are giving to Miss International. I mean, we have had just Supriya. She said that we never had any Miss International. So there is no the girls today have no one to look up to, to idolize. Everybody wants to be an ex Aishwarya or maybe Manushi or maybe Lara or Sushmita. But we need to have someone to put an example. So adding to that question, Unlu, do you think that you are saying that Miss International is open to all kind of possibilities, but do you also think at the same time that why those victories which came so near of winning the title, if I can mention a few names, for example, Shonali Nagrani, that year Venezuela won. She was first runner-up. Dia Abraham, if I'm not wrong, Venezuela won. She was first runner-up. Shweta Vijay Shankar, very close, and some other country won. So I just want to ask you that we have had so great representatives. What is it which made us lose that crown at the last moment? Was it the time in the moment, maybe, or the Venezuelans are so well prepared that it is very tough to get the title or snatch, if I can, the title from them. But Osman Souza once said, if a Miss India makes it to the top 5, pack your bags because she's gonna conquer it, she's gonna take the crown. But what happened at the Miss International arena when we managed to get only the first or the second runner up, but lost the title by whiskers?
So it's very simple. That in all the pageants, and the pageant exactly where the people used to say that India next to the she's definitely snatching the crown. It's because those systems are well understood and defined in our Indian society because we understand American and British system.
Yeah.
However, the Japanese system is very different, and we haven't yet been able to live up to that. Yes, I believe that Venezuela and Philippines are way more prepared because these countries go aggressively back to back after the crown. They leave the girl with no stone unturned. And
Yes.
that is what makes that difference. That is why we haven't been able to capture that crown the times we were first runner up because those girls still had a question mark in them. But coming
Yes.
back to your point, considering the girls of the last few years, the way that you described the girls of India initially is exactly where the flaw lies. If a
Yes.
girl of India is looking up to an Aishwarya Rai or a Sushmita Sen or a Tara Datta or even a Manushi Chillar, or
Yes.
even for that matter, Meenakshi Chaudhary, if they're looking up to
Yes.
these girls, they are going on the wrong path.
Yeah.
Yes, these girls have great qualities to be inspired by. No one wants a second copy of an original.
Yes.
Everybody is looking for new stars. And if Miss International will crown a girl, they will crown a brand new star. Look at the winner that you have today from Thailand.
Yeah.
The Miss International from Thailand today is a girl who gets fit out with completely different aura compared to any of the other girls that have ever represented Thailand. Compare her to the Miss Thailand who has gone to Universe. Compare her to the Miss Thailand gone to Miss World. Compare her to the
Yes.
Miss Thailand who is gone to Miss United Continents. The
Yeah.
kind of aura that she gives out is completely different.
Yes.
Can you say that personality falls in the same rank as the others? It does not. And that is the kind of quality that we need to look at. And those are the kind of girls we need to send to these pageants. Girls
Well,
with strong heads who know exactly what to do with their life, but at the
Yeah.
same time are very polite, kind about their gestures, about everything that they do. Now, the other question is, why hasn't Miss International even crowned a black woman?
Yes, I
That
want
is
to add
another
on.
question.
Just hold that thought.
Used of
I
them.
want Yes, I want to add on to it because we have a follower and we have a very good friend who has joined us and exactly asking you the same, and that's what I want to put it up here. He is asking you that what do you have to say to the acquisitions like Miss International is racist? There has been no main winners from African countries. Lately we have seen some countries coming very close to the title like top 5 or top 3 but not being able to win. It's somewhat same as India, like they're not able to win it. So adding to your point itself, why no black women so far winning Miss International?
So I would completely go against any racial comment that go against Miss International, because I don't believe they are racially discriminating any country, any skin color. I think they are an organization that have a very clear definition of their beauty.
Yes.
And definition, as I said initially, is the definition of what Japanese people find beautiful. Now, I think
Yes.
where the problem comes is in the personality of a lot of girls. Now, if a girl comes there who's bullied or she has been going through a lot of negative things in her life, sometimes these negative events of a girl's
Yes.
personality end up building such a strong wall, within the girl. She ends
Yeah.
up, even though she has great catwalk, great communication skills, she ends
Yes.
up still building a wall with the people. Whereas Miss International, or if you see the people of Japan, even through their hardest struggles, they are able to open a big heart of compassion. And I would like to cite 2 examples to exactly describe this beauty, if I may. The first example would be this, that when the entire cyclone had disrupted the whole of Japan, if you watched your news channel, you would find thousands of people lined up in a very organized way to collect their food or any relief that has come to them through helicopters or planes. Now you take
Yeah.
that same situation and you put it in a country like India, or you put it in most of the countries of the world. There'll be people climbing on top of each other, trying to get something before, or even
Yes.
probably trying to get more than what they actually need. But that will not happen in Japan. Okay, that is one definition of that inner beauty that they are looking for. The second
Yes.
one is a more personal example. And this
Yeah.
personal example is from this absolutely golden-hearted sweetheart, Srinidhi Shetty.
Yeah.
There was this little time that when I was doing her national costume, that I had to actually push myself in order to cater to her want of having a tribal national costume. And
Yes.
in that process, he was using wood with rubber and Fevikwik. And I remember one of my staff telling me that, in our village, if I may say that in Hindi, hum apne gaon mein isse nasha karte hain, which means that
Yes.
we actually use a Fevikwik as a drug in
Yeah.
our villages. And I really didn't understand what he did until after I used 200 bottles, I started feeling dizzy.
Yeah.
And when I was dizzy, we did a national costume shoot for Srinidhi. And as soon
Yeah.
as it was done, I could not stand on my 2 feet. And it was 2 days before Srinidhi Shetty was going to leave the country. And that's when she said, you know what, Melvyn, you're not feeling well. You go and sleep in my room. And I was lying on her bed. And as soon as she came back in the night, it was quite late. She had just finished her sessions. She saw me lying over there. As soon as she opened the door, I tried to get up in respect of her, and she's like, no,
Yes.
don't worry. alternative place for me to, relax. Don't worry, you sleep, you take care of yourself. And it's the
Yes.
next morning that the houseboy told me that she slept the whole night keeping her head on her hand on the dining table. Now
Yes.
that woman, even a day before she was leaving for her pageant, she needed to go to the bank to withdraw a little money. And that was the time the demonetization happened. She was standing
Yes.
in the bank. This is a day before she is leaving. Any girl would be very nervous and would say
Yes.
that I need to get my work done. But when she was standing in that line, she asked permission for the people in front of her and behind her, and told them that I need to do something very important. And guess what that
Absolutely.
important job was? That important job was to go back to the car and tell her driver that I will take more time. You please go and eat food and you don't be hungry. Now that girl,
Absolutely. Yes.
that
Yes. Your
ability,
example.
that is the quality that is required at Miss International. That
Absolutely,
immense
and you have really put it
work.
very well, Melvin. That the kind of example you've given specifically about Srinidhi, and we know how kind and how generous Srinidhi Ramesh Shetty is, and that's why she was able to get the Miss Supranational crown twice for us, and without any expectation, because I clearly remember nobody was expecting much that she would be able to win or not. Maybe she can make it the top five, but the kind of performance she gave at the in the night, and she has been giving, it is incredible, and you have rightly put it out. Melvin, we are running out of time because we have a time slot to cover. I want to quickly go to one or two questions before we wrap our today's session. We have Nishant once again, and he's want to ask you that do you think that Miss International franchise be owned by a bigger player in our country to pick the right talent or to give right exposure, or do you think that a smaller player can also pull it off easily? If you can quickly answer that. Yes.
I definitely think a smaller player can also just win the title. But the
Yes.
point is, as I said again, the thing that is lacking right now is the right mentorship for the girls.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
that's where I am putting my hand up and saying, I'm available, India.
Absolutely. And now let's quickly take one more comment. We have Vagisha. She has joined us right now. She's saying such a lovely conversation. Always this was to hear Melvin. She is sending love to you. Nishant is thanking you. And Nishant has said, great to hear about Srinidhi's story, which you have just shared on GlamGuru for the first time. Now we have someone really very important comment from someone outside from India. He's from United States. We have Diogo Cruz. He's asking that I'm from United States. Interesting conversation, but I feel a girl merit will take her till top five or whatever at Miss International. But when it comes to picking winner, it's the national organization that is that is the factor with highest significance. I mean, look at the past 7 years. Venezuela and Philippines each won two crowns. Thailand and Indonesia winning their maiden crowns, and those four have strong national franchises. That's why my hometown girl Hawaii didn't win at all these years. He's complaining for Hawaii, but adding on to it, if you can quickly say, is it really about the organization who is playing with it, be it Bilibini Filipinas, the number one pageant in the Philippines, and Miss Venezuela organization, the powerhouse of pageant brand? Do you think it is more about the brand as well? Quickly.
The organization does play an important role, but I must bring to light at this point that Miss Venezuela organization has been falling down. Yet they have been getting the placements. That is because they are doing what the organization wants. The Miss
Yes.
International organization is a very respectable brand that actually gives out exactly what they want. And if you send them the right girl, it really does
Yeah.
not matter, what anything else. It really does matters what kind of girl you send and will
Yes.
you live up to your commitments. If you are
Yes.
able to be a respectable organization sending a respectable girl who's well prepared, Miss
Yes.
International will come to you. And I'm saying this after having a personal friendship with Cristina Savaya, Miss International 2001, with
Yeah.
Alejandra from Spain, who was also a Miss International winner.
Yes.
If you look
Yes.
at these girls, they just ooze an aura of positivity and they are
Yes.
just so friendly. And if you had some girl who was confident in her skin and at the same time friendly, she would do well there.
Now, Melvin, one more point I would like to quickly add before we wrap the show because we are running out of time. It is not also about the media awareness and the kind of recognition Miss International will get eventually if there is an awareness about it. I mean, we know I'm a journalist and I know the kind of coverage Miss International gets in a paper. Every year it gets published, gets a significant amount of who has won Miss International compared to any other pageant. What do you have to say? What is more required in order to make Miss International more visible in India and to be treated as equal, maybe at Miss Universe or Miss World, because it is the third biggest surviving pageant, so far after Universe and World. What is all required? If you can tell more about as well as media awareness or people in general needs to be aware of.
So, as I always say, it's not the crown that makes the girl, it's the girl that makes the crown. If we send
Yes.
a girl that actually is, if you really think about it, and if you think about who is our perfect Indian Bharatiya Nari, based
Yeah.
on the morals that your parents teach you, based on what the society promotes as good values, which our TV sometimes goes against. If we send girls like that and they win there, they will become role models to Indian girls. I can even
Yes.
vouch that if Meenakshi had gone to Miss International, she would still win the crown. That is because these are the kind of girls they're looking for. And if you actually see, you have to see who are the organizers of these events. They are the ones that run a beauty brand. They are the ones that run youth events of peace around the world. And when
Yes.
these organizations are the ones running it, you need to show them that you can be the brand ambassador for their
Yeah.
brand. The
Yes.
publicity, commercials, kind of modeling, and the kind of style or fashion or marketing in Japan is completely different compared to the rest of the world. And if our girl can show them that I can serve you too, that is when you are going to make a winning equation.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely, and you have rightly put it up that it's about a collaborative effort. I think from the organization side as well, and people in general. Yes, we are aware of Miss International every year, but I think we need to push it a little further in order to, if we are looking to have one Miss for our very own first Miss International crown. Melvin, before wrapping the show for today, I would like to ask you for the final time: do you see India winning Miss International soon? And how much we need to wait for it? And if you can quickly tell us the final word about, can we expect a rise of India in the next decade with 2020 coming in? Yes, the next pageant is scheduled for October 2021. We still have time. Do you think that that could be taken as an opportunity in order to get India's first Miss International? Your final words.
Well, I very strongly believe that if the girls continue to represent India the way they have in the last few years, we will definitely not get placed. But if the girls do have the right kind of training and grooming and they understand the people of
Yes.
Japan, how the Indian people are similar to the people of
Yes.
Japan in roots, in our culture, in our morals, and be able to celebrate that definition of beauty at the same time, very level headed and strong to say that I
Yes.
am coming here to this pageant not to just win your title, but to make your title something more than what it was before, then I think India does have a chance. But for that to happen, the organization to take right steps in order to make this happen. Because a girl can't do it by herself. At the end of the day, she's representing our nation, and we
Yes.
need to go together and India. If she's
And
not taking the
absolutely
best
adding to it quickly, I want to ask you for the final time. Do you think, or is your suggestion that the parent organization in India, Femina Miss India or Miss Tiva or Times of India Group should consider picking Miss International once again, targeting a first round? Would you recommend, or what is your thought on that quickly?
it depends on the team. It depends on the team what they're willing to invest in, because clearly a Miss International girl may or may not work in Bollywood,
Yes.
may or may not be as loud as Bollywood requires a girl's personality to be, because a
Yes.
lot of Miss International winners are quite demure,
Yeah.
and organization in India needs to be able to see whether that works for them. And
Abs-
that's the main quality, that people think that beauty pageants are a Cinderella story. They are a
Yeah.
fairy tale, but I need to make everyone aware that they are, at the end of the day, a business to run. And the organization needs to run like a business in order for this industry to survive.
Yes.
It's not a charity place, it is an industry, and you need to respect the commercials, the finances, the marketing, and the ability to promote that brand. It's once you understand pageantry as a business, will you
Yes.
understand how it is, and then you will understand how important the personality matters in that business. Because Japanese will not just do business in order to make money. The Japanese people will do their business in order to respect their culture and their moral upbringings and adhere to them for the rest of their life. So that, if it comes from India, I'm sure that Miss International will not deny India, but we just need to be able to guide the girls right and make them confident enough that their confidence does not shake at all, and they're better able to represent the pure Indian Bharatiya Nari based on the Sanskriti that we have
Yes, yes,
passed on.
absolutely. Absolutely, Melvin, and you have rightly put it out for us that it's no more about the organization anymore. It's just the strive and determination. If we really wanted to have our very own First Miss International, and also that's the reason, Melvin, we have started our series Insight with GlamGuru to give an insight to it. What is it? It's not just about the glamour, glitterazzi, the gowns, the swimwear, or the national costume. Yes, national costume is a very important aspect, no offense to it, but it is more about the candidate and what kind of impact that victory will make in her country. And that's what I think is very insightful what you have shared with us. Thank you so much, Melvin, for joining us tonight here on Insight with GlamGuru. It was pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for giving your time. And with that thought, I would like to conclude that yes, Miss International is achievable to India, and it's just about sending a right girl with the right direction. The organization is open, so are the Indians. It's just a matter of time, and I think the kind of attention Miss International has got lately, it's a great opportunity for us. And 2020 edition being delayed is kind of an opportunity for India to make sure that the right girl goes in the right direction, and that I think is very much needed. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us tonight. Please like and share our page GlamGuru at Facebook, and also you can join us on YouTube for more content. We will come back next week with someone really special to spill the beans here on Insight with GlamGuru. Till then, stay safe, stay at your home, and thanks for joining in. Thank you very much.